Indonesia, a country with 270 million people, a middle class growing faster than almost anywhere on earth, and Ikea sees a gap.
That is simple. The demand is rising, but we're not there yet. Indonesia has the consumers and also the raw materials we needed, such as wood and rattan. So we don't just want to make it here, but we want to sell it here.
Now let's break down the value chain of IKEA. Right now, wood and rattan you get in your stores are sourced from elsewhere. There's also shipping, and then there's manufacturing, and then shipped back to IKEA. If you localize sourcing and manufacturing in Indonesia,
we shorten the chain. Raw materials and factories we shelf all in one country. Lower cost, lower carbon footprint, and faster shelf time.
that's not just an opportunity gap. You have to redesign your entire supply chain.
Before you redesign anything, who's making the decisions? Your Swedish headquarters or your Jakarta office? The strategy stays with the home office, the sourcing relationship, labor compliance, local factory operation. That authority has to live here with our house country team. So they know the regulations, they know the suppliers. Okay, that's really good because Indonesia has its own rules regarding raw material exports and also its forestry permits. If your home office tries to run it from Sweden, you'll hit a wall really fast.
Now let's stress test IKEA for the quarter's 5 process using that. First, you have the competitive rivalries, such as the local players like Informa or even Olympic Furniture's high entrance into the Southeast Asia market.
So for the supplier power, it's actually in our favor because Indonesia has about rattan and timber, so we're not hostage to one supplier.
Okay, how about buyer power then? Because Indonesia's middle class is very price sensitive, but they also want brand aspirational. So the threat of the substitutes like local artisans and traditional furniture makers. And how about even the threat to new entry?
Well, that's where we come in. That's where permits, import tariffs, and local content requirement comes in, and we can help control that lever with you guys.
Okay, IKEA wants to expand to Indonesia and use it for source for production. Here's where I stop you. You can say raw materials like it's just another resource on the shelf. Rattan and timbers are original assets, and it's tied to local livelihoods, forests, and indigenous price.
Well, we're not extracting and leaving. We want regional development through local factories with jobs and also skill training.
But I need you to prove it later on because development for the region, not just asset extraction from it. There's a difference between a factory that employs people and a supply chain that just passes through.
Now, that tension is exactly why we in Indonesia regulate forestry concessions. Development has to be measurable and jobs, sustainability, certification, and community reinvestment needs to happen. Are you ready to commit to that?
Yes.
Yes, so this is the plan. This is what we're going to do in Hera and halo, selamat siang. Apa? Kebakaran hutan? Okay, sebentar. I have to go. I'm sorry. I'm busy. I'll be back in a while. Okay.
Oh, what were you guys talking about?
So we were earlier discussing regarding the plan that IKEA said that they want to expand to Indonesia, and as the representative NGO, I'm pretty much concerned regarding the asset that they said they want to extract for the development itself, and I believe that there's actually a difference between a factory that employs people and a supply chain that just passes through. So that's why we're trying to find a way to make a peace and like some kind of agreements between the corporate and the
topics is. So from my expertise, this is where the portrays like theory come in. As you know, looking at Indonesia specifically can be globally competitive, especially in the furniture manufacturing. So first we have the factory conditions, as you can see, from the raw materials and the labor, and then we have the demand condition from the growing middle classes of the Indonesian population. There's also the related industries such as the supporting furniture and craft sector of the middle classes or even the artisans. And farm strategies, so how can IKEA's entity pushes local rivalry and also innovation?
So all our partners are pointing at the same direction. That's not a guess. That's a system for sustained advantage.
So basically, it's a system that has included equal and environmental opportunity.
Yes.
To discuss the business model canvas. So let's start for the value proposition itself. So it's affordable, sustainable, and also localized furniture. For key partners, we have of course the Indonesian government, and we also would like your help to secure local cooperatives and also certified raw material suppliers.
Yes, we can definitely help with that as long as we agree on the terms and have the proper resources distributed.
Okay, so I'm also going to talk about the channels, such as the retail stores, the e-commerce, and now also, if this goes through, the local manufacturing hubs as a new channel entirely for the brand, and also the cost structure and the revenue stream can't just optimize for the margin itself.
And then I also want to add regarding the customer relationship and the making relationship. So both go on this canvas and it's not the full picture. So I think it's also very important to look into those both two aspects to remain for the accountability also.
Yeah.
This gap isn't just a market opportunity. It's a meeting point between commerce and policy, between private and people, between a global brand and a local home. Now, the question was never just, can we expand into Indonesia? But how do governments, NGOs, and MNCs build something that lasts?